Hello, hello, hello. Listen, I'm trying to go live on my Instagram over here from my phone. I'm trying to multitask. It is not working out very well.
Said not today. It said farewell.
Not today. It said no. Mm-mm. It says be present. Okay, whatever. I quit. Nevertheless, welcome, welcome, Gems and Gents. Happy Wednesday. I know we look a little different today. We're a little crowded in the room. We got some extra guests in the building. We had to do this farewell properly. We had to send the show off with a very faithful goodbye. It's been a great 5 seasons, and we hope that you are going to join us live for all the chat and all the conversations. We're going to do some reflections over the last 5 seasons. We're going to talk about the Diamond Writers and TGI. We're going to talk about Pressure Weekend. That's why we have backup tonight. So go ahead and tag your friends, tag a gem. Go and get people that you remember watching us 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Tell them this is the last episode. They don't want to miss it because you know what? The replay ain't going to be the same. It's not going to be felt. You're not going to feel the energy of the replay. Okay. It's not going to work. So go ahead and get them now. Say that they need to get in here right now. Be live. We want to hear from you in the comments tonight. We want to engage with you. We're going to have room for your questions, your comments. If you want to share anything with us that you maybe never shared before over the last 5 seasons, we want to pretty much just hear from you. So go ahead and take a minute to share this live, tag your friends, tell people that we're on and that this is the last episode of the Hustle and Shine podcast. That might not be a big deal to some of you, but if it is, go ahead and get in here, okay? And give the show its flowers. So tonight we got some extra faces. You see some extra people, but I'll of course let our originals, our home team, go ahead and introduce themselves, and then we'll let our guests introduce themselves for those who are not familiar.
Well, I'm gonna kick us off. Hey, Gems. Hey, gents. It's me, Tiffany Mathias, the one true Phoenix.
It's your girl Mel V, the MV Pen. I'm back for the last episode.
Jay,
Oh,
Danielle.
hello, guys. I'm Jessica and the Culture Keeper, and I am so excited to be here tonight.
Good evening. I'm Lady J.A. Danielle, and I'm excited to be here. I haven't been on here in over a year, so I'm happy to be back for the last episode.
I've been trying to get her on here, y'all. She was like,
Dang, it's been over a year.
You didn't have to tell all that. Like, you could just let that
You
roll
didn't do.
like that.
She didn't do a takeover. You didn't do a heist.
No, I was letting the other diamonds have their opportunity.
Oh man.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
glad you're here. We're glad you're both here. Thank you so much. So of course I can't see the numbers. I'm literally like not on host mode tonight. I'm on visitor mode tonight. So I don't even know if you're in here. But if you are, welcome. Welcome back. We're so glad that you made it. If you're not here yet, go ahead and take your time and get in here. We would love to spend the next 90 minutes with you. We are going to have an extended show only because we have so much to cover. 5 seasons is a long time, a lot of content, a lot of memories, a lot of reflections and looking back. And we just want to kind of talk through it and have a real conversation. So, first, we're going to kick things off tonight with Pressure Weekend. We're going to have some chat about Pressure Weekend. And oh my God, was it pressure? Okay. I did not know at the time when I was naming the event weekend how accurate it would be, but it was shown enough some pressure. But I'm super grateful for my small army who showed up, showed out, and literally over delivered in every way. We had so many dope vendors. We had performances by some amazing artists, poetry, songs, psalmists, all the things. And we just had some people that really came through for us, who really showed that they rock with TGI and the Diamond Writers. And so we're so grateful. I wrote a whole list and realized that I left it out there on the couch where I was sitting and eating my dinner and watching Girlfriend. So that's my fault. That is totally my fault that that list is out there and I'm too afraid to get up because there's a big spider in my office and I'm not gonna move. So if y'all can help me out in remembering who's who, let's start with Saturday. No, it is not an itsy bitsy spider. It's a whole gangster. Okay, this is a whole country. He been here before. Like I'm telling y'all, the spider. Okay, anyway, don't worry about it. But
Bread.
yeah, he can have a house. He can take over. I'll move out. I'll go. You stay. I'll go. But help me out. Let's look at Saturday. So first we'll start with all of our award winners. We have Nancy Marie, Preston L. Harden, Latoya King, Yami Barnett, and Tiffany Mathias, Tiffany the Phoenix Mathias, and Jessica Newman, the culture keeper, were all our award winners. So deserving. They deserve those awards and recognition and accolades. So shout out to all of our winners. We have some super dope pictures of them holding their trophies. I was so proud of that moment because that was really what I wanted, to celebrate people who don't often get celebrated, but who deserve it more than most. And so, yeah, so really grateful for them. We had a dope performance from La Vie. Like, did anybody feel the shoulders? Soon as I saw them shoulders, I said, "Oh, she about to." It's too much shoulder for her not to take over. It was so much shoulder action, and then she did that little like thigh dip where it was just body and voice. I was like, "No, I'm telling y'all, it was fire. It was fantastic." But can we get into the poet?
Yeah, she was good.
It was
amazing.
Yeah.
I watched it on live since I couldn't be there, but it was good.
There's a reason why she's award winning.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Man, was it just like, it wasn't even the words or her delivery. It was like the way she commanded the room. Like, her presence is insane. She's tall naturally, but her presence is giant. Like, her presence is like huge. Yeah. I was in awe the whole time. Like, I was just staring at her like, girl, you can't be this dope in real life. Like, some of this must come off. Like, you might take some of these layers off at night. But her friend that was with her was such a sweetheart. And she says, no, she's like this all the time. So shout out to the Songbird, who not only performed at our event for under her normal fee, but she gave us 3 different pieces, right? She did like 3. Yeah. I was like, sis, like, I will promote you. I'm going to go to her play. I think it's next weekend. Yeah. And I was like, I'm going to support her as much as possible, because she was, man, like, she left me floored. And then who else did we have? We had La Vie, we had the Songbird. Shout out to, come on, Tiffany, go ahead and big your man up real quick.
Okay, so we had Chef Amos from Corner Cubbish in the kitchen, behind the scenes, doing what he do. And I just want to give, some special accolades to the gem team that was there. I raised them all. Thank you. So from the time you entered the space into the time you left, that was me everywhere. And he's not watching right now, but my Joshua is a vibe.
It is
a whole vibe by himself.
But Joshua was a vibe from. Jade had wanted them to wear like these little bow ties, and I was like, okay. And so I gave it to Joshua, and he was like, oh yes, Fifi, I'm gonna rock this. And when I tell you, he rocked that little crystal bow tie, bringing out his fan, I was just too much. I was so proud of my children, my nephew, for coming through and just operating and showing that they're cut from my cloth. Like, sometimes when they out in the world on their own, I'm like, who raised you? And then there are other times where I'd be like, oh, it was me. This was one of those times where I was like, oh, it was me. I raised them, and it was all over them. And I just want to say that. And I want to point out that Chantel said in the comments, we cannot forget DJ Mika Rose. That little
Mecca.
What?
DJ Mecca, yeah.
She this big.
This big.
She's this big in real life.
She's tiny, but she powerful. Yeah.
But when I tell you, she came through in the white, in the 90s, with the vibes, with everything. Mecca Rose, yes. So we can't forget DJ Mecca Rose.
Yes. And speaking of Chantel, we cannot forget Shani Boo, who blessed us with the desserts that unfortunately didn't make it to the house. I really did think I was going to get home. I did not. No, me and Nance was in the car smashing pineapples and pretzel rods and strawberries. It was bad. And then I'm trying to drive and hold and bite the apple, and the apple just fell off the stick, off the little cute blingy stick that she had them on. And I took it in the house and was like, I'm gonna rinse this joint because I'm not wasting my apple. It fell on my lap. My lap was clean. I was like, I'm gonna rinse it off and finish this daggone apple.
Oh my
It
god.
was so great. So thank you, Chantel. And of
Five-second
course,
rule.
thank you to Patricia Steele. We got to meet one of our Empowered Prayer sisters at the event.
Nice.
She made it to the event, and not only made it to the event, but she served with us all night with dope energy. And then I have to shout out the young man Makai. So he is the son of the owner of the venue.
Oh
I
yeah.
was getting low on drinks, and I was like, "Oh no, we are not about to have this. We don't do this. We don't run out of stuff at events." So he said, "Oh, Miss Tima, I got it. Like, I'll go get you more drinks." And I was like, "Are you sure?" And he was like, "Yeah, I got it. No problem." So he goes and he gets the drinks. I try to give him gas money, and literally he gives me back a receipt with my gas money back. I was like, "Aren't you a special young man,
Like you, that's
Right, who raised you?
Miss Lisa?"
Yeah.
yes, thank
Yeah, and he was on it.
I was saying also before we forget, we cannot forget our MC.
Of course not. Yes.
Miss Maverick Mama.
Keeping us howling.
The whole night.
Wait, can I tell you, my daughter Indigo, as we were leaving, she said that was a very specific prayer to get home. So when I tell you, she was like, and I'm paraphrasing because can't nobody pray like Kiara prays. She was like, and I'm praying for the drivers, the attentive, the unattentive. I'm praying for the fences. I'm praying for the lines in the road and the lights to guide the way. I'm praying for the gas to be. She prayed everything that had to do with you getting in a vehicle and going from point A to point B. She said, I pray that when you get to your door, the key goes in smoothly.
No, seriously. Like, if after that prayer you had any issues on your way home, you need to reevaluate your relationship with the Lord, because she covered everything that
She
could
really
possibly be in between you and leaving that building and getting in your bed and falling asleep.
Yes, yeah.
She said, I pray your pillows are cool.
What? You know what? No, but she,
done.
as always, she delivered. She brought energy. She brought comedy. She brought sincerity. She was just phenomenal. She was just super, super dope. So shout out to Maverick Mama for representing not just the Diamonds, but her own brand, and just really using her gift as an orator. She does. Did we forget anybody for Saturday? Are we forgetting anybody? Oh, thank you to Etched Impressions, who engraved our beautiful trophies. They came out so much better than I expected. Like, I absolutely love them. I wanted to keep one, but my name wasn't on any of them. So I was like, hey, I have to give these away. But they are absolutely beautiful. But just know that we will be having another awards gala. More details to come. I will not be planning it. It will be yours truly over there. This will now fall under the purview of the Fionix, but I will be supporting, but I will not be doing the planning. But thank you to all who attended. We had such a great turnout. We sold out almost every table. I think there was like one table that was still available, but that was still like a really, really great turnout. The speeches were powerful and empowering. It just was a really, really great night. And although there were some hiccups and some things that happened that made it difficult, when you saw the night come together, it was like, oh, okay. This was worth it. It was really great. And everyone looked beautiful in their white. I think we had about 3 or 4 of the same dresses, yet they all got them differently. But that's what was so dope. Like, even though it was the same dress, like some had sleeves, some was sleeveless, but they all rocked it. Oh my gosh. How am I forgetting Indigo Fire. What? She was just that. She was fire. Radio personality Indigo Fire came through both events, and she was phenomenal. She interviewed our award winners. She interviewed our diamonds and our diamond leaders. And it's going to be a great show when it airs. She's going to let us know when it airs. So thank you to her for coming and serving our community and just giving the best of herself, which is her voice. That is her talent and that is her gift. And she really blessed us with it that night. Her interviews were amazing. So shout out to her as well.
And shout
Any
out
thoughts that y'all have?
shout out to the coach keeper for finding her and connecting us.
That part. Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Jay. Anything else? Anything y'all want to add to Diamonds on Blanc event?
I'm mad I wasn't there. That's all. That's all I got to add.
You wasn't there too.
Yes, our decorator, Sylvia.
Oh yes, yes.
Yes, thank you. Yes, first of all, she's the most gentle, spirited person. And we were like, you want help? No, I got this. And she about a little bit taller than me and was trying to reach that. I'm like, you sure you got this though? Like, we're tall men in the room. We can get you some help. And she just stretched all. I said, never mind, let her do it. Let her be great. But her decor was excellent. It was exactly what we envisioned. It's exactly what Tiffany and I had asked of her, and she delivered, and even had extra balloons just in case, had extra things that she left with us as a just in case something falls off or breaks or pops or whatever. So really real big shout out to her. Thank you, Tiff.
Yep. Anybody
else or anything else, any thoughts from the night? Like Jessica, Tiffany, how did it feel to receive your awards? Did you know they were coming? Well, I know Jessica, you had no clue.
No, and let me tell you. So when I had said to you, I was like, Tima, do you need me to go get the award? Because I've been talking to Jay, up until like a few weeks before. So I was like, I can go pick him up. It's not a problem. And you were like, no, I'm good. And I'm like, well, why she don't want me to go get the award? Like, she got all these things going on. I'm just trying to help. And so then when I was sitting there and you started talking, and then I seen my picture, I was like, that's why you didn't want me to get the award. Like,
that's why I
couldn't say anything. P.S. I was like, you getting an award?
Yeah, I'm like, Danielle, I'm giving Danielle play-by-play. I'm like, yeah, Tiff just got her award. She just did an awesome speech, da-da-da. And then I'm like, that's my picture. I said, Danielle, my picture is up. She was like, girl, I already knew. I'm like, what?
Everybody but you knew.
Everybody but me and my sister, because my sister was like, did you know? I'm like, no, did you? She was like, no. I'm like, oh, okay, well, I guess. And then the other Tiffany, she was like, girl, I've been new. I'm like, so you wasn't even gonna tell me? Okay. No problem.
Plan like a year ago, Natima? She already like,
yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I told Danielle a year ago. So no, it was so well deserved. You have been so much to this organization. We're going to talk more about that in a moment. But I feel like showing people how to celebrate those who do so much, but we are just so used to them doing so much that we just think, oh, that's who they are. Yeah. And because you're a natural giver, because you're a natural servant leader, you have such a genuine heart. It's like, oh, we expect Jessica to do that. And we expect Jessica to show up this way. Like both days, Jessica was the first one who pulled up to these events with me and my stepmom, my bonus mom. She was the first one there. I mean, literally, she was in like a t-shirt dress and her heels for the night. And I'm like, wait. Like, no tennis shoes. I was like, are you really going to put tables together in your heels? She's like, oh, yeah, they're very comfortable. But she worked until guests were arriving. And then I had to force her to go get dressed for the event. And then same thing Sunday. The first car to pull up next to mine on Sunday was Jessica. So it's like, when you see that over and over again, year after year, when we had to drive to the New York event and she was keeping me calm in the hallway as I was losing it over the caterer, she's on the phone with Jamaican restaurant trying to get us some last minute food and calming me down. Like, no, okay, hold on. So Tima, they can bring us jerk chicken and rice for this much. And I'm like, tell them to bring it. And she was making things happen to fix a huge problem that is a reputational risk for me. And so I'm just so grateful for all you've done over the years, just how you've really changed the fabric of this organization and just been an amazing contributor. So you were definitely deserving of that recognition. So thank you for
Thank
being
you. Thank you
our
so much.
luminary diamond.
Keeper. And that's
That's
why
what's up.
she's the culture keeper.
Yeah.
You know, she rightfully earned that title and lives it every day without even trying, you know.
Heck yeah.
And I appreciate her
Absolutely.
so much.
Oh, I appreciate you guys so much. That Sunday, Saturday night, my sister was like, "Why does everybody keep coming to you asking for your opinion, their advice?" I'm like, "I don't know." She was like, and then when I got the award, she was like, "Oh, so now it makes sense." Like, I
That's
was
called
like, "I
diamond
don't."
math.
But no, I'm so appreciative. It was so unexpected. Y'all already know how I am when it comes to just even being put on the spot about anything. I show up because that's what I'm supposed to do. So I don't look for anything in return, but it did feel extremely wonderful to be recognized. I have grown so much these last 4 years, and to stand at that in front of everyone and to say those things about myself, that alone was amazing. I was very proud of myself that I can see the other side of me, the
Yeah.
beautiful, courageous, intelligent woman. And I owe that to all of you guys. So thank you. Thank you again.
No, you did the
And,
Owe
work.
it to
and
you. I
You
was
did
just
the
come on
work.
here. I would say you owe that to you.
Mel.
I said, and showed up serving body in that dress.
Okay.
Girl,
I said,
listen,
oh,
I worked all
Okay.
summer
I
to
walked
fit in
in, I saw her
that.
dress. I said, oh, that's a new. I saw that dress. I said, oh, this a new Jessica. This is not
Wait,
just.
wait. Mel, it started on Friday. I saw the outfit she wore to the rooftop dinner Friday, and
Yeah.
then how she showed up Saturday to brunch. I said,
Yeah.
man,
I said,
who is?
this not Jessica that showed up in DC
Nah.
or New York. This. I said,
She said she had
okay.
cute outfits, y'all. She
I
told
did
us.
every day. I had a cute outfit. I was ready.
Listen, Danielle. Sis came up in there giving body. They was propped and pushed
I
and
saw the
sent.
photo. I said, "Oh, we got the good wrong. We outside."
It
Yes,
was.
girl. I was excited to show them off. I was.
Okay, show them off you did. I said, okay. I said, Jessica husband, but watch out.
Right?
Listen, and that's what somebody was like, "Do your husband know your boobies is out?" I said, "He saw me." I think no, because actually he did not see me because I didn't get dressed at home, so he didn't know until
Oh,
he saw the pictures. So,
I was
When you
What
like,
get
I was
happened
like, when you
was
got home.
He
but no,
had no idea.
he had no idea until later on that night. But he said I was very beautiful. So,
You did. You definitely. You showed up all weekend. Just. I
Yeah.
said, "Oh, okay. Come on, new Jessica. I can't wait to read the chapter because I know it got something to do with the chapter. I just know how it works." So yeah.
the
and you
voice
know
and
what?
the
That is
body.
so true. It does.
The voice and the body.
Exactly, Danielle. She gave me body. She found her voice. Now here's my body. I'm here for it, Jay. I'm
I
here
like
for it.
that. I like that.
Yes. And then Miss Phoenix, were you? I feel like you because we work too close, so I feel like you had an idea.
So you told me to write a speech because you were going to introduce the
Yeah.
transition of power. And so I was prepared and not prepared to speak on that. And then there was the whole thing when you needed to have the cue cards printed and you was like, don't read them. And then here I was with that in the store trying to reformat from 4x6 to 5x7 without reading anything. And I'm like, and then here's the thing, right? So here's what I'm gonna share for you, right? I was on Fulton Street, downtown Brooklyn, outside of the old Macy's, sitting in a bus stop, trying to reformat these things so I could send them over to the printer. This was Wednesday morning, right? And it just wasn't working out the way that it wanted to. And I was about to have a pure panic attack because I was like, she asked me to do one thing and I can't get one thing done. And so many other things have fallen through for her. I need to make this one thing true. So I call my middle daughter, Sienna, and I'm like, Sienna, mom's having a moment. And I tell her what's going on. And in the middle of me telling her that I don't want to disappoint you, I don't want to let, she goes, Mom, what would Natima say if you told her you couldn't do it? And I'm like, she'd be like, it's okay, cuz whatever it is that you could do it. And then I started affirming myself in your voice to me. And she's like,
you had a whole entire moment. Just
at the bus stop.
At the bus stop.
At the bus stop. That's
not
Wednesday
morning.
I'm like, so nonetheless, we get it done. They're not as perfect as we'd like them to be, but then again, that's that imposter syndrome and the releasing the perfection and all those other things there. And I just wanted to say, like, I was surprised that my name was called for an award because I did not read what was written. I kept my word, and I'm like, what she mean? Oh, this ain't the transition. This isn't the. And then I had went with you to go and pick up the awards initially. So I was like, I never saw them. I'm like, okay, we just got some cute little, because we've given out awards and diamonds in the past. When you handed that thing to me, I was like, oh, this guy Wade, I could do bicycles. It was beautiful. And I just want to say, literally, came hella high water. I was going to be there. That rental car company still ain't heard the last of me.
We gonna have to just jump in. We all gonna have to help.
We gonna have to, form like Voltron up on them, like New York style, in Timberlands and do-rags and baby hammers, because my rental cost me almost $1,600, and I'm trying to figure out how I was charged $1,600, and I had to go from Queens to Jersey and pick up my own damn rental
yourself, right? So they tried it.
Right. I'm about to call like Arnold Diaz and Shame on You, or Linda Bracero, whoever it is that does help you get your money back.
Yeah, seriously, that's crazy.
6'11".
Right. What's the chick with the super heavy, I grew up in the Bronx accent? She's light skinned, we're probably related, but she always talking New York stuff. Y'all know what I'm talking about?
From Street Stories.
Yeah, is that her, the light skinned girl? She always doing like New York news. You need to reach out to her. I guarantee you that business will be shut down because her following is crazy. So yeah, that's what I would do. I would get her involved.
And here's the thing, right? Tiara's here, right? Sweets was witnessing it unfold before our eyes. I was like, if I told somebody this story without witnesses, they would not believe me, because there is no way. There is no way. And I just want to, I don't know if it'll ever reach him, but again, I want to apologize to the little baby who I scared to death, because when I let out a primal scream that these people were not going to help me get my car.
Them screams be healing.
Listen,
they do.
What's more healing, primal screams or like floods of tears? But I felt better. I was unconstipated emotionally.
You know what? Well, we're glad you had that release. We are so glad. But again, thank you for, and I shared this at the event, and it was so funny because I was like, what am I gonna say? I said, we've known each other our whole lives, but that has nothing to do with this. I was like, what do I say? And so crazy enough, I'm sitting in my bedroom and I'm staring, and I'm like, okay, what do I say? I need to write a speech for her. What do I say? And I stared at a pair of Jordans, And that's where I got the idea of
That
the reference for, yes, Jordan and Pippen. Because I was like, oh, you know what? I do remember what my dad said about that dream team. And there was no Jordan success without him. And although Jordan was the front player and the front runner, it was if it were not for Pippen, a lot would not have happened for the Bulls. So anyway, that's where that speech came from. And so I ran it past Nancy and then my bonus mom. So I'm running it past her. She's like, yeah, go with that. Go with that. She's like, yeah, that's the one.
Dance.
We love Nancy. She was an award winner as well, very deserving. All right. So before we move on to start talking about TGI, and no, we've talked about bamboos and box braids. Oh my God.
Yeah, we didn't get to Sunday yet. A whole nother day.
Listen, because it was pressure weekend. It was the weekend. So on Saturday was Diamonds on Blanc, and then on Sunday we brought out all the audacity energy in our 90s vibes. Can we talk about the outfit? We have to give appropriate praise and accolades to the outfits. Y'all showed up in your audacity 90s gear. First of all, shout out to Lakeisha Hidden Stone, because honey, from
That
head to
outfit
toe.
was,
With the
and she
airbrush.
designed the whole
Very
thing.
cute.
She made her whole outfit from head to toe.
I was speechless. I was like, how did you weave the design of the book into your jeans? Like, it was so dope. And she's like, oh, this is the only day I'm gonna wear it. You better not. We'll case it. We'll put it in a glass case next to the book. Like, we'll auction it off. Like, do not get rid of that. Her outfit was fire. And then Daisha, she had audacity spelled out on the back of her shirt, and every letter was the book. I was like, yeah, y'all showed up. And then Jay, your t-shirt. Let's talk about your audacity t-shirt.
Yes, I got that specially made too. Because I'm not as creative as Lakeisha, but and then I had to go get my Punky Brewster socks to match with the outfits and my bamboo earrings, the triangle ones. See, y'all all had them circles. I took it back to the triangle ones. Yes, that was heavy. They were heavy.
Like, you had door knockers. That's what you had. You
door
had the
knockers, yes. And
No,
then
no.
the Mathias came out with the cut up shirt. I was like, wait, what are we doing?
With the airbrush?
Yes, I was like, oh, you took it all the way back.
No, but did you peep the 5411s though? Did y'all peep the 5411s on her feet? I was like, it is definitely 1992 in here.
It was a whole vibe.
It was such a vibe. The outfits, and even the y'all guests. I don't know who the group of women with you and Lakeisha were, but they all showed up in their 90s best. I was like, this is great. Like, when I say our guests, our attendees were dressed in their 90s gear. They were ready. They knew the assignment. And then we have to talk about Lavie's hat, because
oh, I didn't see the hat.
It had the nerve to be a crochet bucket hat.
Crochet bucket hat. It was colorful.
She had some construction Tims on with it.
No. Lavie she had on Chucks.
Yeah, she had Chucks. Jessica had on. No, or was it Daisha that had on?
Marlene had
I think Daisha had on
Marlene too. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Kiara had the overalls with the one strap down. I said, hold on, because we all wore those. We Jessica, I remember you and me in high school. We had those on. The outfits was outfitted, and then we have to talk about Miss Melvie custom Air Force Ones. If that is not New York 90s plus tax,
okay,
I was like
plus tax.
We actually, the photographer was so like blown away by her kick. She has a picture of just Mel's foot. The pictures, I'm like,
she came by and she was like, can you cross your leg? Oh, I'm like, she was like, yeah, just hold your foot right there. I was like, okay. But yeah,
she was in love with them kicks.
Please send me that photo, by the way.
Man, listen, the outfits were probably my favorite part of the day. Just watching the guests coming in their 90s gear. What was the girl that had She had the bandana tied up. I was just like, now, Jay, you know that was my signature in high school. I wore the band. I had every color. Okay. Only thing she was missing was the blow pop. I'm telling
That
you,
was
she
it.
was definitely 90s.
In the ponytail.
It was so dope. It was so dope watching everybody show up in their gear. Shout out to Red Lotus, the poet, as always. Bless the mic. She got us all the way together. Absolutely loved her pieces. And again, she did above and beyond for us. We had booked her for one, and what did she do? Like 2 or 3 herself. It is always such a vibe to connect with people who who really are down for the diamonds and who come out to celebrate us. And they stayed the entire event. Usually performers perform, they get their coin and they like, thank you for your time. I'm booked somewhere else. They stayed and rocked with us the entire event, as did Songbird. She stayed with us all night on Saturday. So it just means a lot when people want to remain with you. It speaks volumes of the space that you've created. And then again, DJ Mecca, I said, you know what? She was dead wrong for playing the things that she started playing during the book signing. I said, ma'am.
I was like, now you
ma'am.
Had us all messed up, messing up people's books. Didn't know who had what book, but we trying to dance. I'm like, whose book is this? We had a whole book that everybody signed and nobody know who book it was because everybody dancing. Everybody winding up their waist. I'm like, wait a minute. Wait, not Shaba. Wait a minute. Okay.
No, but she was definitely curating the vibes. I was like, please don't put on another song, please. And then she hit what's the one I like? Chichiman. I said, you know what? I'm gonna just stop signing books. It's time to go dance. Y'all just sign for me because I can't pass up certain songs. But it was just such a vibe. People were dancing in the line, waiting for their book to be autographed. We're dancing. Lakeisha sitting next to me, turning up. It just was such a great day. And the decor was dope. Yeah. I almost died in the Audacity box, but
I MC for Sunday.
The Audacity box tried to take us all out. I think we all had a near-death experience. The Audacity box.
I got a picture with me like that. I was like,
It was like a weeble wobble thing because I got in the box and then I think my tushy was too big, so I had to leave.
That's what I think it was. We all got in the boxes with thickness, and it was like, yeah. But it was cute. It was still super cute. I think she did good.
The box was a hit. It was exactly what we were in. Tima and I were at Essence Fest, and we had went by an installation, and they had the box, but their box was I think it was more like made of like the oak tag or something like that. So I don't want to use the word flimsy, but it wasn't sturdy, right? But it was cute. Like people were going in and taking the pictures. And Tima was like, that's what I want, but I want it sturdy. So then we're making our way around, and then we come past another booth, and they had theirs made of the plywood. And Tima was like, go take a picture because that's what we're sending the decorator. This is what we want. And so
I was like, that's the box.
And then when we were on the phone, initially I was texting with Sylvia, our decorator, and then Tima gets brought in later on for a conference call. We were sitting here giving the measurements of the box to the step and repeat. And it was very much given March of the Wooden Soldiers. We need 100 soldiers 6 feet.
It really was.
We had 600 soldiers. It was crazy.
I was like, yeah, we need and I'm like, and she's like, well, how many? I'm like, like the math, like, taller than us. And she's just like, give me a foot. I'm like 8 feet, like 7 feet. I didn't know. But yeah, but she pulled it off. It came out really nice. Yeah. It came out nice. Yeah. And then again, like Danielle just said, shout out to or Jessica just said, shout out to our hostess and our MC for Sunday. She is a young lady, certainly on her way. She captured my attention and grasped my attention on social media. I didn't know her, reached out to her on the humble. I just really like her energy. I like what she's trying to do. And she came and she's so energetic. I love the way she engaged the vendors. I love the way she engaged the audience and just kept things moving throughout the day. And of course, shout out to our vendors, the Cake Man, That sweet potato. Okay.
Praise the Lord.
Let me tell y'all, I gained 7 pounds since the event, and I know it's because I bought 4 sweet potato cakes. I know
You
that
bought
that's
4.
why. I
I
bought
spent,
4.
listen. I
And
spent
nobody could freeze
look,
one and send me something?
wait, look.
It's
I
the
spent
audacity for me. Y'all
sorry,
gonna be on the cakes and don't
I
even
spent
send me.
None of those
$67.
cakes made at home.
How much?
I spent $67.
How many did you get?
I bought 3 sweet potato cakes.
Okay.
I
yes,
bought
that's necessary.
a red velvet cake, the red velvet / cheesecake. I bought a sweet potato / cheesecake, and then I bought the pecan orgasm cookies, and then another
Nipping
cookie.
on those in the van on the way home. And my daughter Sienna, when you watch this, I know you ate cupcake. Because it went into her apartment, but when I went back to go and get the stuff to put it in storage, she ain't give me my cupcake. Sienna, I know
Okay. That but he had what was the chocolate one with the was
it
it
had like macadamia nuts in it or something.
no,
Cookie
it
or
was
the
a
cake?
chocolate, huh?
The cake, right?
Yeah, it was liquor. Which liquor was it? Kahlua? Let me tell y'all
No,
something.
I think it was rum. It's like something rum, something.
Let me tell y'all something about that cake. Okay. I was up 2 in the morning. I couldn't sleep. And I was like, I don't feel like, eating no
Not
chips and
cake.
no pickles or nothing.
Not cake
So I
and
went and
sugar.
got that cake. I didn't make it to work the next morning. Okay. I had to call out and work from home around noon is when I logged in. I said, how much liquor was in that cake? Drink no more. So it hit me. And I was just like, yo, I can't buy that one no more. But the sweet potato, listen, y'all, go find Derek the Cake Man. Get you some of his sweet potato cake. I think I think he prays over the batter. I think, no, I'm so sick because no, he
You
does
can
something.
order. He will ship. I confirmed. So you can order.
Yeah. No, I'm
Listen,
telling you, he does something to the batter. I don't know if it's him and Jesus. I don't know, but it's anointed. The
Shadrach,
cake is
Meshach, and
anointed.
Abednego. Be in the pot.
That's what it is.
As we talk about how delicious Derek's cakes were, the candle people had candles that look like we could look.
Yes.
Had us
I
all
mean,
confused. We were
I
all
had to
confused.
hide these because my children think it's real. And I bought the gummy bear ones. My
Me
husband was
too.
like, "Oh, let me get a gummy bear." I'm like, "No,
It's a candle.
it's a candle." So
Have you lit it yet? Have you lit it
no, I
yet,
don't
Jay?
want to. I don't
Me
want
It
to.
neither.
smell. I didn't want to light it either, but it smells amazing, and it like reached the entire house. I lit it.
Really?
Yes, I lit it in my bedroom. I walked out to the kitchen. It was like, that's my candy. That's my candy scent. But I bought her lemon martini one,
Hmm.
the gummy bear one, and then the little cup of coffee one. It all looks real.
It
She's
does.
extremely
Yeah,
talented.
it
You
does.
got to work with her again.
Did
She's
y'all see that Marlene left there with a whole box of
Yes.
candles? Oh,
Yes.
uh-uh.
and I said,
Marlene,
Marlene, what plane are you getting on with this box of candles? She said, you don't know my God. I said, okay.
Listen,
And she
she
got her
wasn't
candles
playing.
home. Okay.
She did. And she did. She was not playing.
She
So
was
look,
not playing.
when we first got, we still setting up, and the cake man was setting up. I went over there because he already knew. I was like, let me give you my order now, and you can just put my cakes to the side, because if at the end of this day I come for my cakes and then I hear, I'm gonna be upset. So I'm there talking to him. So Nancy walks up, and so I'm telling her, she's like, I just want to get one. She's like, I'm eating for my breakfast. I'm a little hungry. I was like, Miss Nancy, go ahead and buy 2. I'm letting you know. I said, because if you buy this one right now and eat it for breakfast, I said, when you get ready to leave here and they're sold out, you're gonna be upset that you don't have more. So she was like, yeah, I'm gonna just get. I said, all right, Miss Nancy. So like maybe 5 minutes go by. Now Miss Nancy's eating. She come and finds me. She was like, Mel, let me talk to you for a second. I said, what happened? She said, if ever in the rest of our lives you give me advice for something and I don't listen, she was like, just go ahead and pop me. She said, just pop me right in my mouth. She said, because what? I said, Miss Nancy, I tried to told you.
She said, I tried to told you.
To go ahead and buy 2. I said, she
Things.
was like, I'm never gonna question you again, Mel. I'm never gonna question you again.
Them cakes,
So
man.
one thing I'm gonna tell you, if it's one thing I ain't gonna never steer you wrong about, it's some food. The fat girl still lives in my spirit. She's here. I ain't gonna never see you run by some food. Mm-mm.
I love it.
I have
It
one
was
left.
definitely delicious.
I have one left, and I'm holding it. I'm
You
preserving.
have a cake left?
I have one. Did you hear
I'm
how
on
many?
the way.
Wait, did you hear
I'm
how many
on
I said
the
I bought?
way.
Did you hear how
Yeah,
many I said I bought?
yeah.
Yeah.
She's eating enough cake to eat cake every day.
I'm on the way. I need the cake. He had
It will
tagged
not.
us in
You
he
live
had
in
tagged us in an
Atlanta.
event that he
Uh-huh.
was doing, but it was too far. I said, "Oh, I can't get all the way out there in time to get the cakes. They'll be
Listen,
gone
you
by the
live
time I
in
get there."
Georgia. You can just place an order and schedule to get it.
I'm
You don't
going
have
to.
to come to Florida to get my one cake the
Okay.
only one I have left. Okay.
You right. I won't act like that. I won't be like that.
She ain't had to make no banana pudding. So
I won't
Oh,
be
I
like
was just
that.
about to say that. I was like,
look at Mel's face.
Look at her face.
No, because y'all don't understand how many times I heard that this weekend, that weekend. So much so that Derek the Cake Man was like, "So you didn't make no food?" He was like, "So I knew that I was gonna come here for an amazing event and I was gonna get a plate." Kiara done told her brother that he gonna get a soul food cupcake and meatballs, and he showed up on Sunday and was like, "Where the soul food cupcakes at?" I was like,
Mel said y'all gonna take these chicken wings and get
That's
them.
it.
right.
Y'all
That's
gonna
what
get
she
these
said.
wings
"Y'all gonna
and
get
She was
these
like, I
wings
got y'all with the wings.
that
Pick the
I
flavor.
found, and I just prayed that they taste good because I literally went on Uber Eats and was like, who gonna get her the fastest? Because we
and
hungry."
we'll take it. And we'll take it. Oh my gosh. But anybody else I'm missing for our thanks. We thank the vendors, of course,
Yes,
the DJ
the
again.
lady who did the financial planning workshop.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
yes.
yes,
Yes.
Kianda. Thank you, Kianda, for leading our gym class on financial audacity. It was definitely dope. And thank you to our gym team, the Kira and Keisha, who was with us. And they served, honey. They served, okay? They made sure that our folks was straight. They definitely took care of us. So thank you to everyone who supported Pressure Weekend, who came out, who served, who celebrated with us, who told others about the work that we're doing here at TGI. We really appreciate you. And thank you so much for just being champions of our community and our work and our books. And Audacity is still available on Amazon, or you can go directly to a Diamond and get you your copy of Audacity. Okay, y'all want to go ahead and get the book. Sorry you missed out on the autograph copies because they are dope, but you can still get the book and read the stories that are blessing many. All right, I want to talk a little bit about Diamond Writers. I have an announcement to make. This is not new news to the community itself, but for those of you, our supporters, our gems and our gents who are used to supporting the Diamond Writers, our 5 years have come to an end. It is time for us to decommission the Diamond Writer community. It was a very long and arduous and prayerful decision that I had to come to, but I believe that it was never meant to be long term. I think the work that it does will continue, but the collective and the community itself, we needed to uproot and rebuild. There are a lot of things that strayed away from the original vision. A lot of things got or became a part of the community and it shouldn't have. And I feel like it's lost what's the word I'm looking for? For those of you who read scripture, and I'm not comparing the Diamond Writers to the Ark of the Covenant, but my point is when something that precious that is ordained and called by God gets tainted by man's own ego and different nuances and things like that, it's time to shut it down and remove so that you can rebuild so that it doesn't displease God. And that's just pretty much where the community got to. It moved away from the original design, and not just because of myself, because it's easy to point to the leader, it's easy to point to the visionary and blame one person, but it wasn't just one person. It was years of things happening that we didn't acknowledge. And so in obedience, and so that I don't burn out and burn out my leaders, we have decided to decommission the Diamond Writers. So yeah, as of December 31st, 2025, that will be the last day that we operate as the Diamond Writer community and the collective. There are still things that TGI will do to continue to champion women on their healing journey. We still believe in empowering women through their own narrative, but we're just going to take a different approach. We're going to do things differently. Tiffany and I will be surrendered for an entire year of prayer, listening for how God wants to rebuild this. Because for those of you who don't walk in obedience, it might not bother you when God says, this is not what I said do. It's frightening to hear those words. Like, what is this? This is not what I gave you. This is not what I said for you to do. What are you doing? And so that what am I doing scared me. And I said, okay, and I'm done. I ain't doing this no more. I tell you that. So it was hard. I talked to Tiffany about it for about 6 months, asking her to pray with me and if to hear from God, if she heard anything to minister it to me so I can obey. But this is the decision that we've come to. And so I want to just spend some time reflecting on the 5 years, because it was a really amazing work that we did, from the first book, Pretty Broken, where we started with 10 courageous women who did not know what to expect, who were just trusting my leadership as I was trusting God. We didn't know what would be built from it. And here we are 5 years later, 5 books later, and this legacy has been like just so impactful to so many. So I want to first start with our founding member, for her to share a little bit about what this moment feels like for you, having to say goodbye to this community. What does that feel like? And then I'd love to come to you, Mel, who joined us in year 2 and jumped right in both feet. And then we'll hear from our current leaders of the Diamond Writers, Jessica and Lady J.A.
Girl, all right, let me get my tissue box back over here. I was actually bougie because I got box of tissues in my house. But 5 years, 5 books. It has been an amazing journey. I never in my wildest dreams would have thought that not one time published, but 5 times over published, with more to come. And working with the women, it's been amazing. So I have this way of saving contacts in my phone. I will always put the person's first name, and then I put in a parenthesis or a dash behind their name, how they're affiliated. If I go and search the diamond with the pen, there are over 50 contacts in my phone.
Wow.
I have not deleted a single diamond writer from my contacts. I still have them on social media, and they still pop through on my timeline, and I believe I still pop through on theirs. And I say all that to say is there are 50 lives out there who have impacted me, and I think I have impacted them, and I hope only for the best. I prayed long and hard and sat in silence, because I love to talk. So that was hard, and sat in silence and waited to hear God say, like, where she's going is where I want you. Because as I said in my speech, you didn't even get a chance to finish your invitation to me. So this is where I'm supposed to be. I keep telling you, I'm with you until the wheels fall off, and I'm with you until the wheels fall off. We gonna be like, what were them girls with the movie with Brad Pitt? Thelma and Louise?
We ain't flying off no cliff though.
But no, just like that's how locked in we are, right? So we ain't going off the cliff, but that's how we're locked in. I meant it when I said I have been admiring you from afar for years, and to be in your space is an honor. I want to thank Mel for coming in, and just her brilliance as a creator, and everything that she's done with the website and our flyers, like all of those things there. And Jessica and Danielle coming in and stepping into leadership. Like, these are women who I never would have crossed paths with any other place. And I'm so and then I'm just gonna hold this off here, right? I'm always gonna remember the retreat. We doing, waterfalls and all that other stuff, in our satin pajamas. And Jessica, I
Not today. Not today.
that's all I'm gonna say. Because if you know, you know.
If you know, you know. Okay. Ooh, insider. Okay. Go ahead, Mel.
Oh man, the funny thing is I was thinking that in my head. Oh, I was thinking that in my head earlier when we were talking about her dress. I was like, but never mind.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do
I
it.
want that not to be a part of the
Oh,
Diamond
it will
Rising
never
story.
not be.
No.
It is etched.
No.
Look,
It's
it is
etched,
etched.
yes.
It is etched in stone as much
It was-
as a banana pudding. It's
It was a
etched.
bonding
Yes.
moment.
I don't
Bonding.
see how this in comparison. I
It
think
is.
we just need to put it to
What?
the
It's
side.
etched. It's
They
there. Sorry,
no,
Jessica. It's
no.
there. It will be in the Diamond Rider memoir. Okay.
Exactly. That statement is literally a part of like who we are. I've added it to I've added it. It's in the handbook. It's in the bylaws. Like, sorry, Jay.
Look, when if Lifetime and Tyler Perry get together and own and decide to do a Diamond Riders biopic, it will be in the script.
It will be a part of.
It will be in.
And we gonna make sure Taraji play you too. Like,
Yes, I love me some Taraji. Yes, she'll do a great job. She will.
yeah. Yes, she would. Yeah.
between that and Marlene and we're just gonna leave it there.
She in the room.
We'll never forget it.
Never.
We need a yearbook. We need a yearbook. That's what we need. You and I, we work behind the scenes on a Diamond Rider yearbook.
I got you.
Diamond, it's gonna just call most memorable moments.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I'm in this quiet season. It's bittersweet right now. I think it being, year 4 for me, year 5 overall, but even being aware of this from the beginning, from the onset and what was going on. I think this year is I don't want to necessarily, it's not symbolic of like what's happening or where we are, but it was interesting because of where I've been this last couple of months mentally and to be at like Pressure Weekend and be not as involved as I've been in previous years. It really spoke to me to really be able to visually or connect and see the impact or how much what I contributed or what I was here meant to others, because I didn't really look at it in any way. It was just that, but hearing some people say like they'll come to me and ask me something and I'm like, I really don't know them, so like I don't know, and they're just like, I had one of them say, I don't like this, like I liked it better when you knew, because like, I don't, and I'm like, but just to know that like this just those little things and realizing, not just what I brought to the Diamond Riders, but what the Diamond Riders did for me, and being there. I think at the time only the leaders, we knew that it was coming to an end, so like being there and having that in the back of my mind and just looking at everything and knowing where everything started to where we are, it's bittersweet because we've impacted so many people's lives and touched both in the community directly and those people outside of the community that have been a part of the journey, and to know that that's going away in a sense, not fully, but that's there. And then even the sisterhood and how we connect, although we'll always be sisters, being a part of this together. It's interesting to see like what that feels like when it's done, closed. Like, okay, not knowing, okay, we're gonna have this call on Thursday, or we're gonna have this, like not knowing that those things are gonna be happen. It's gonna be interesting to see, but um, I'm thankful for Tima being able to get rest and take a minute and really be able to sit back and really, I think, see it and really take in the impact that you've made. Because when you're in the thick of it and so much is happening, you don't really get to see and really feel. And I think once the door closes and you can really see what happens and what grows from here, you'll really fully be able to see and grasp the impact that you've had on all the lives you've touched. Um, just like Tiff, I wasn't thinking of being an adult book author. Um, not once, but yet for me 4 times. And just, I don't know, it's bittersweet. Like, I think everybody here can appreciate the break and the rest and the regrouping that everybody will be able to do in this time. But um, it's a community that we've been a part of for 5, 4, 3, how many years, that have been very much a part of our lives and very much intricate in things that we were doing in the Diamond Riders. But so many of us have taken this and branched off and incorporated it into other parts of our lives. So, um, I don't know. I maybe it hasn't fully sunk in yet, and maybe because you know, I've kind of been more on the outskirts lately. It hasn't fully set in that, like, this is it in a nutshell. We'll be back, but um, but I'm thankful. Like, I'm blessed and thankful. I'm thankful that I was obedient. When God said say yes. Um, the second time I wasn't obedient the first time, but I was obedient the second time.
Yeah.
Um, and just thankful for everybody that I've met and the relationships that I've cultivated. Like, um, I have a lot of siblings, but I don't have. Funny enough, I have a lot of siblings, but I can't say that I had a lot of sisters.
Mm.
Um,
Wow.
and so now I get to walk away with a, a bunch of sisters and women that can call me for anything at any time, and there's never going to be a moment of hesitation um, to show up.
Yeah.
Even for Pressure Weekend, I was there, but not really there. But even in my space, it was never a question about whether or not I needed to show up. Even in Fragment, it was like, no, you have to show up for this.
Yeah.
And so, I love you guys.
We love you too. Thanks, Mel. All right, looks like Jessica's having some technical challenges, so we're gonna give her a minute. Danielle, recently appointed a year ago to co-lead the Diamond Riders. What was that? First of all, what was it like when you joined? Because you joined your first day interacting with us, you came to an event and jumped right in and started serving like you were already a part of who we are. And then you've grown so much since then. Like, as a writer, as a influencer, as a leader in this space. And then the last year you've been leading. How has this time been for you?
I don't think we have enough time for me to really honestly to break that down. But when I joined, I knew I was hungry for something.
Mhm.
I knew that it was on me to share my story. And I wasn't just sure how to go about it. So the way I even got connected is crazy because my best friend went to school with Mel, and then she saw her post something about Diamond Writers, and it just was like this convoluted circle that
Wow.
got me here. So, and then I always tell you that very first meeting I was on, I was like, oh yeah, she's in it. She's it. She is like about it. She's passionate. Like, just your energy alone
Thank you.
encouraged me and let me know I was in the right place. And it it pushed me. I'm a mother of 3, I'm a wife, and that became my identity. And becoming a diamond writer gave me an outlet, gave me an opportunity to work on me and some things that I had to work through. Quite honestly, we all have something, we all have a story, right? And it brought me down this slope of, I thought this was it, but now sharing this brought me to this. So it's like valid transparency. Then it was like, she is, because now I really see my worth. And then audacity, forget it. I just got a little funky in that one, and just went for it. So what I'll say to you, and I always try to give you your flowers verbally, that thank you. I'm gonna try not to cry.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, because I needed a woman like you at that time, if that makes sense. I admire your grit. I admire your passion, your obedience. Even when I would try to talk you out of stuff, because I'm like, girl, you wilding. Because what we're not doing is all of this. I don't even know why you're trying to do all of this. And even when I was trying to do that, you were steadfast in what you felt like you were being told to do. And I respect that about you. I think being around women like you pushed me in ways that I never thought I would be at. When I joined, I felt like, not that you guys made me feel like I had to prove myself, but I feel like I needed to have something on the table, because I'm like, these women doing all types of stuff. And I'm showing up like, hey, I like to write, like everybody else, got something going on. So just by being your individual selves, you pushed me and made me take a different look at myself. Now, as far as leadership, gave me a whole new appreciation for you, sis, because whole new. What I appreciate the most is the relationship I developed with Jessica. Much like the Fionix, they are very much accepting of my quirky personality. They take me as I am. Jessica and I have bonded in ways, and she in Georgia and I'm in New York. Like I didn't think we ever would. And I always share with her, I respect her growth. It's been amazing to watch it. But being a leader of Diamond Writers made me realize, even though when you have the intent, genuine intent and desire, having the right people around you is just critical. It's critical. And sometimes people are just not ready for what they ask for. Now I'm gonna stop right there. Leadership has taught me a lot about myself. I've grown in my career since being here. And the parallel for me was like, because this wouldn't fly at work, so I'm not processing what's happening. So it taught me another level of how to deal with things. It gave me appreciation for looking at these women at a different angle, because you just never know what's going on with someone. And you can't, and I didn't want to lose my empathy and my love for what this was about. So it really made me look at things in a different way, to not lose sight of the purpose. So it's Diamond Writers in general fostered my growth. And and my daughters are watching me. They know Natima. Never met her. And they're like, oh, you get on the call with Natima? Y'all friends? What are we talking about here? And it's, they like to tell their friends that mommy's an author, like it's a bragging point for them. So, just thank you. It's been a challenge. It's been fun. It's been emotional. It's been all the things, but nothing I would ever regret.
Thank you, Danielle.
I'm seconding all of that.
Okay. All right. Come on, Culture Keeper.
Oh my. I'm going to be a woman of few words. Yeah, right.
That's what you say now, right?
I don't even know where to begin.
From the beginning.
I guess from the beginning. 4 years ago, I was so timid, so scared, so not sure of myself. Didn't even like to look in the mirror. Didn't like what I saw, what was going on in my life. And I didn't know what to do. I was like, okay, God, I guess this is what I signed up for. And I just remember that day when I saw Natima Sheree
Mm.
on Facebook talking about this book called Pretty Broken. And I'm like, Pretty Broken? Like, who are these people? Like, what is going on here? What are these diamond writers? Like, okay. And I went right to my little DM and I was like, I want to write Natima. And she was like, come on, girl. Yes. We want to hear your story. But I didn't know that I really had to tell my story. Like, I was like, oh, I'm just going to write some stuff down and it still will be my little secret. Like, and I remember the day I had to share my truth and let everyone know the secret that I've been carrying. And I was in my car because at that time, my family knew I was doing something, but they really wasn't aware of what was going on. So I used to hide like when we had our meetings because I didn't want nobody to hear what we was talking about. And I was in my car and I remember that I was like, the team was gonna pick me today because she always do that. She always picking people on the sneak tips. I was like, she's gonna pick me today. And when she said, okay, Jessica, I want you to share, I was like, I knew it.
The disrespect.
The disrespect. And I boohoo cried. I boohoo cried reading that and letting everyone know my truth and what I've been hiding for so many years. And I did not know that was the turning point. That was my aha moment. And I've had so many aha moments as a diamond writer. I'm not gonna get emotional, but
Mhm.
I owe you so much, Natima. I owe this community so much.
Mm-mm.
I am forever changed. And my children thank you. My husband thanks you. My sisters, my brother, like everybody I have been in contact with over the 4 years have said, you're different. You're different in a good way. Like your light, your attitude, your heart, your the way you speak, everything is different about you. So I thank you for seeing something in me that I had no idea was even there. All I thought was I'm just gonna write a couple things and get some stuff off my chest, and my whole life has changed. And I just, it's hard to put it into words how I feel about the Diamond Riders coming to an end. Like everyone has said, it's bittersweet. I'm so appreciative of everyone I've met. Um, I have all these relationships with each and every Diamond Rider, and I don't want it to end, but I know why it has to end. And we had our small group last week, and I told them just because the Diamond Riders will no longer exist doesn't mean that God's work stops. So continue to serve, continue to show up, continue to have a heart for women to heal. And we can do that in any capacity. That was the vision, that was the foundation that you wanted us to go out in this world and show women how to heal, and give them a safe place to do it. So I'm forever grateful for the opportunity to be able to be in this space with such amazing women. Like Danielle, when I got in here, I was like, I don't do nothing. I don't have no business. I just teach some kids at this public school and I take care of my family. Like that's all I had. I was like, they were like, yeah, you could do websites. I'm like, for what? Like, I barely got a good Instagram going. And now I got TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all. I'm like, back then I was like, I'm just Jessica. Like, even when we was thinking of our names, I was like, Jessica. Her name. Like, I just didn't feel like I was any.
Uh-oh. She froze.
The Mathias is in HR, and I'm like, I'm just a teacher. Like, and now I'm like, I'm a force to be reckoned with. Like, I am so much more. I am not like ashamed of anything. I'm proud of who I've become. And I am forever thankful for just this opportunity. And the moment that you told me that you wanted me to lead alongside Danielle, I was like, this girl is really like bugging. I was like, she is like trying to really push me out my comfort zone. Like, I barely like to talk. And now you want me to lead meetings and be over all these women and all these different personalities and just okay. And I was like, I said, Danielle, what we doing? Like, but oh my gosh, Danielle, mm,
What I did.
she's a really good person. Dan, you are an amazing person.
Mhm.
Amazing. And when I met her at that first, when she was like, "What you need me to do?" and I was like, "Oh, why she just trying so hard? Like, you ain't got to do nothing. Like, you knew." Like, and I judged her, and I was like, "This girl is so bougie, but she is nothing that I thought. Like, she is amazing. She cares. Oh my gosh, Danielle, you." I am thankful that you put us together, that God spoke to you and said, these two need to lead. And I have learned so much. Like, she is my yin to my yang. Like, when she's like up here, and I'm like, come on, Danielle. Gotta show these people a little bit of grace. She be like, no, Jess, like, I don't even talk to my kids twice. And I'm like, okay, girl, but
You weren't supposed to share that.
I was like, girl, we got, you gotta know what we're dealing with.
I did say that though.
And when I'm being too soft, she be like, Jess, come on now. Like, you said it about 5 times. It's okay. So it just worked out so well. And even outside of the Diamond Riders, the relationship, the friendship that we have created, she can't get rid of me. She can't. No matter how hard she try. I mean, even everybody knows like the Diamond Riders. Like Thursday from 7 to 9. It's like my family don't call. My husband like, where you going to your little room? Yes. All right. I'll see you at 9 o'clock. Okay. Like it has been an intricate part of my life. I can go on and talk about all the amazing women who have shown up for me especially these last few months. When I lost my dad, and I mean, the phone calls, the text message, the support is so much bigger than just writing the story. The Diamond Riders is a family. We're forever connected. Um, I'm just really grateful. I'm really blessed. I'm so honored to just be a part of this community, to be known as a Diamond Rider, even after the doors close and we all go our separate ways. We will still find each other. We will still make time for each other. I know at any moment I can call Mel and be like, "Can you do a Canva for me?" you know, I can call, Tiffany, be like, "Hey, I need some HR help," or you got some relationship advice, or my teenage daughter's driving me crazy. And, Natima, you ain't nothing but a drive away. So, but no, it has forever changed me. I'm thankful that you saw something in me. I'm thankful that you even gave me the opportunity to stand up and speak, host my own gym class. Like that was amazing. Like I mean, I have so many stories. Like retreats were awesome. Just the bond, the community, the crying, the just breaking down the walls. Like what God had given to you is amazing, Natima. Thank you for your obedience. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your sternness when it needed to be. Even if we didn't like how you sometimes said it, sometimes it needed to be said. But we thank you. Just thank you for showing up in a space that most people don't want to, because healing is hard, healing is difficult, and healing goes on and on and on. Like today, yeah, I might be good, but tomorrow might be something different. And just thank you for just being who you are. I never thought the light skinned chick from Hillcrest with the Tweety Bird obsession would not only be my friend but my sister. So I'm forever grateful for you and for all of you women who are part of this community. Um, each and every one of you have all played a special part in my life, and I'm sad. I am sad, but I know God has great things in store for me and for all of us. So I'm looking forward to what's to come. I'm patiently waiting for my opportunity to just continue to hear my voice, because you can't shut me up now. So, but no, no, yes, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. What we had was great, but what's to come is gonna be even better. So I'm looking forward to it. And now I'm gonna shut up. So I made it through without crying. So
Kind of, a little bit,
a little bit, a little
a
bit.
little bit. But thank you, Jay. Thank you, so much, Danielle and Mel and Tiffany. I know we have to transition in a moment to kind of close out Hustle and Shine. But I want to thank all of you, and I'm okay with crying. These lashes could come off. I don't care, because it is hard. This work is hard. And I have given everything to these women, to this space. Um, it's easy to judge from the outside when you're not aware of what's happening on the inside or what's happening behind closed doors. But there would be mornings where the Holy Spirit would wake me up and say, pray for Daisha and her daughter, or, pray for Marlene, or pray for, and I'm like, like, okay, yep, yes, yep, amen. Okay. And that is a part of this journey. Um, there have been days where I'm told to do this or call this person and say these things, or lend this, reach out to this person and offer this money or offer this or offer that. And the imposter syndrome and the fear in me is like, I don't want to do that because they're going to reject me and they're going to reject this. And so when God gave me this idea, I was like, there's no way I'm called to do this. Like Jess said, I'm the loud light-skinned girl from high school, came from, just above the poverty line with a broken home. Like, there's no way this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm not supposed to lead. And one by one, year by year, God sent me everything I needed in you all. Tiffany, from day one, you I don't think you've ever told me no, or we can, or we won't. You was like, okay, we'll figure it out. Yep, let's do it. Sure, that sounds great. Okay, let me see how I can help that, how I can support that. And when you are building something so significant that's not about you, you need somebody who's going to be like that. And not because they say yes to everything you want, but because they see that you're saying yes to the one who wants it. And that is not easy to find. And you came right away, because I think God knew I wouldn't do it if I didn't have you with me. I think He knew I would have gotten afraid and said, I can't do it. I quit. Never mind. Send somebody else. And so I'm so grateful for you. From day one, you were like, yep, okay, yeah, no, that sounds great. Let's do it. Okay. And I needed that. I needed that more than you know. You have been so much to me as a person and a leader. and a visionary, and you always ask the right questions, well, how do you feel about it? Do you feel certain about it? Are you okay with it? Even when I said it's time to close, you didn't push back. You didn't challenge me. You simply said, are you sure? I'll pray about it. And then you left it alone. And that was more comforting than you know, because I don't think people realize how exhausted I've become and how tiring this work can be. So just thank you, Cuzzo, for, like, I don't even know how to put into words like how much your presence changes my mood. When you're not on calls, I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna make it through this call. Tiffany is not here. That is how significant your presence is. You don't even have to open your mouth. Just knowing you're on the call, you're my big cousin, and you're gonna have my back. You're not gonna let nobody do me wrong. You're not gonna let nobody say nothing wild, and you're gonna make sure my point gets said and across. And I cannot tell you what that means to me to look across the room and say, oh, my big cousin's right here. I can get through the rest of this event. My big cousin's on this call. I can get through the rest of this conversation. My big cousin's on this podcast. I can talk about this difficult topic because my big cousin is here and I'm going to be okay because she believes in what I'm doing. So just thank you for being the evidence I needed that I was called to this. Because it's one thing to believe, there's another thing to believe when you see exactly who you need. And I saw you from day one and you showed up for me. And I'm so grateful for you. And, for those who are listening, I just want you to know how significant these women are, how powerful these women are. Not just the women in this community, but the women right here on this call, on this live. And we celebrate so much in this world that really doesn't deserve much celebration. But these are women who gave of their time and their talent, who have prayed for one another, who have prayed for others, who have written from their hearts, who serve consistently, who show up without anything in exchange. I didn't pay these women. I didn't have anything to offer except a thanks and a gratitude. And they showed up year after year. And so I hope it's okay that I'm taking a couple of minutes just to give them their flowers. And although they received their awards, I still want to share publicly how much they have meant to me in this organization. Mel, girl, 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 from your first year here, from your very first year here, you have supported every idea. You've supported every single vision, every book cover. You would work with me till 3 a.m. I would push back on everything, even when it's something I just asked you for. And you'd be like, but you just said, okay, we'll change it. No problem. We'll do it. And you did it so lovingly and so kind. And you anticipated needs that I didn't even think about. You gave me ideas and your creativity and asked for nothing in return. Sometimes you got acknowledged, sometimes you didn't. Sometimes I forgot to say it was you. Sometimes I thought it was someone else, and you never said, no, that was me, or no, I deserve that, or that was my idea. You just rolled with it and continued to serve. And even when you needed a season for your own life, you reached out to me humbly and said, I don't have it to give now, but if you need me, you can call me. And I'm so grateful for the very first year that you showed up, because I didn't have it in me because of what I was going through. And you stepped in and you led without a title, and you led without acknowledgement, and you led with limited resources and no leadership team because we wasn't there yet. And I'm thankful. I am very, very thankful for you. I'm grateful for your gifts. I'm grateful for your heart. You are the most generous and genuine person ever to cross this community. And I'm so grateful for you. So thank you for serving with me. Thank you for serving by my side for years on the podcast, in the Diamonds, in TGI, in the events, in all of the spaces that I would just volunteer your name and your talent, and you went with no complaint. So thank you for giving your best to this community. Thank you for giving to us when you didn't even have it in you. You get off work, serving events, cooking all day and you still jump on the call and lead. And I'm so, so grateful for you. And this is not our ending. We are still going to be locked in. We go back like skip it and double dutch. So we're locked in, but I'm just grateful for you. Danielle, you were the champion and cheerleader I didn't know I needed. You came at the right time. You served at that first event. You kept me from cursing women out and ruining my witness. I'm so grateful for you. Because, honey, I had words, okay? I'm from Queens. We talk different. And you made sure that I kept my composure and my cool, and I remained the queen pin that I am. And I remember when you began calling me a force, I didn't know what that meant exactly. I didn't know how to see myself the way you saw me. And slowly but surely, the more you said it, it's like you keep calling somebody something until they believe it. That's exactly what you did for me. I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know how to accept it. In every text message, every phone call, every meeting, every email, every smoke signal, you called me force. And it wasn't until I heard it out of my own mouth that I said, I know what she means, because pushing through things that are hard and pushing through things that are scary, you have to be a force. So thank you for showing up. Thank you for joining this community and this collective. Thank you for trusting us with your story. Thank you for giving us your time. And I just really, really appreciate the woman you are. Like Jessica said, I'm co-signing. You have a good heart and you are a good person. And you have done good work here. You have done good work in this space. And I really hope that whatever you decide to do and wherever God leads you, that you remember what you've done here, because this is fruit. This is your fruit here. This is a part of your legacy here as well. And so thank you. Thank you so much. And then to my boo thing, my high school throwback friend, Jessica. I said this at the event and I say it again. We've had a lot of women come through our program. We've had a lot of women come and go. We've had a lot of women stay. But you are the literal evidence that this work works if you work it. The woman you were on the first call to the woman you are now, I don't care if people try to sabotage our books, discredit the 5 years. Ain't nobody gonna convince me this work wasn't God ordained, because you are the evidence. You are not who you were 5 years ago or 4 years ago. You are not the same. You don't even carry yourself the same, let alone talk the same or think the same. You have a posture of dignity and pride and self-love that women desire. You have this poise and this way of speaking and commanding the space around you. You didn't have that before. You speak to what you want. You call out the things that be not as though they were. Your faith is different. You lead the prayer calls with such conviction and power in your prayer. Like you believe everything that you're saying. And I admire it so much. You are the greatest gift for this work. I am proud that I said yes, but when I look at your life, I'm like, yes, that is the evidence that I did what I was supposed to do on this earth. And if death visits me, I am going to be just fine, because I did what I was supposed to do on this earth. When I look at your life, there ain't nobody that could convince me otherwise that God's hand was not on the Diamond Writers, because of what you've done and how you've changed. So thank y'all so much for giving me the room that I need to start over, for allowing me time to rest and heal myself. I have been battered and beat up quite a bit leading. And I know that what God is going to rebuild, we won't see a repeat of it again. So bear with me. We are going to come back. There will be a collective. It will be led by Tiffany. There's so much in store. But I promise you, can't nobody take away from me what the Diamond Writers has done. Because it's been an amazing journey. And as painful as it's been, I count it all joy, because I look at people like you 5 here or you 4 here. So thank you to all the diamonds, past, present, Thank you for all who have served in this space with us. Thank you to every person who has purchased our books, who has trusted our programs, gym class, workshops. Thank you to everyone who saw something in us, who believed in our stories, and who wanted to hear what life was like through our lens. We appreciate you, Gems and Gents, so much. Any final thoughts, Jessica and Danielle, before we dismiss you and get a couple of hustle and shine comments in before we let the people go for the night?
You can go ahead, Danielle.
Okay. I'll be quick, promise. I don't no. I don't I don't have anything else, but thank you for trusting me with your vision. Um I worried about that when you asked me to lead because I saw the passion in what you were doing and your belief behind it, and I didn't want to misrepresent that or somehow mislead or not fully execute um your vision. So thank you sincerely for trusting me. Um, you know, it's just awesome how God kind of, even when you don't see it, like just puts it all together. Because I would always talk about like that push, like pushing through something, and you got to practice what you preach, right? And you pushed me in ways that I wanted to run from. Quite honestly, I was like, she wilding because I don't know why she wanted me to leave. So I don't know if I can do this, but thank you sincerely for trusting me with your vision. It's been an amazing experience, and I'm just glad that I'm here. I'm glad that that convoluted circle of my best friend and Mel bringing me back around here just worked out the way it did, and I'm a 3-time published author. I'm more confident when I speak around people because I'd always feel judged. And while being judged hasn't changed, the way I respond to it has. And it's just like, hey, here I am. And that's just, I am who I am for the reason, the way I am for a reason. And being here made me more comfortable in that. I thought I was here to change that. And that's not what it was supposed to happen. So I could go on and on, but my final thought is thank you for trusting me with your vision.
I'll be real quick. I hope that I just made God proud. Um, it's easy to please man, but to have God say, "Good job, daughter," is the biggest thing for me. So I hope God sees me and that he sees my heart and that my outside and insides are matching finally in life, that I no longer have to hide and be ashamed of anything I've been through, but that I can use it as a tool to show women that it works. So thank you again. And I pray that every woman, everyone who has been a part of the community, past or now, realizes that the work is endless. What we've done, what we've begun, is just a part of it. And that even though we're ending, that you could still continue to do the work. That's my prayer, that all these women, even those who are no longer a part of the group but have some way been impacted by the group, continue to heal because it's worth it. It's worth it, and it pleases God when we change our heart and go out here and serve and do what's right. So I pray that we continue to do what's right even after the collective ends, and that we show up in a mighty way.
Thanks so much, Jessica and Danielle. Thank you, Lady JA and Jessica N, Culture Keeper and Shine Specialist, for being with us tonight on this farewell episode of Hustle and Shine. We hope to chat with y'all a little bit later, but we're going to go ahead and let y'all go so that the three of us can do a proper farewell to Hustle and Shine. Good night, ladies. All right. Think we got to change the way it is viewed. It has to move. There we go. Man, well, thank y'all for those who are still sticking around with us. I know that we have gone over time. We will not be long. We just want to do a proper farewell and send off to the Hustle and Shine podcast. It has been an amazing 5 seasons. You have met us in this space, one of safety, one of spirituality, one of change and transformation, one of flaws and imperfections. But our heart was always, and our heart and our intentions were always in a good space. Our goal was to edify you and empower you, educate you, and help you along the journey of healing and change and wholeness. Um, we hope that you'll still revisit old episodes. The content is still strong. We don't subscribe to any particular way of thinking except that Christ lives and can heal and save and redeem you. That has always been the foundation of our speech and our rhetoric and the narratives that we share on this platform. It is bittersweet to see this podcast end. We worked really hard. And I think because of the pseudo fame that social media offers, we didn't become as popular because we didn't have content that subscribed to a particular way of living or way of thinking. But for those that we have been able to impact and reach, we know that you're different because of what you've learned here, received here, or exchanged with us. And for that, we give God glory. We are grateful. We are not perfect. We didn't always do every episode right. We always had some technical difficulties. There were often times that we weren't ready or weren't prepared, but you showed up and you supported us. And we are truly grateful. I hope that if you revisit episodes from season 1 and episodes from season 5, that you see how much we've changed and grown. For those of you who were with us in the beginning, you witnessed my problems with profanity and anger and my colorful language and the way I describe things. And then I had someone tell me that they saw how God was softening my heart from episode to episode. And if nothing else, I am proud of that from this platform. So my hope is you continue to seek content that is comparable to what we offered you here. We hope that you will celebrate what God is going to do for us moving forward. We do welcome you back to Cut and Clarity Media. We do have new shows that will be rolling out in the months ahead. But for Hustle and Shine, we are abandoning hustle culture and grind culture. We don't want you to subscribe to hustle anymore. We want you to find that soft life and surrender your current perfectionism and grind culture and hustle culture to God and let Him give you rest, let Him give you peace. And that is what we found. And so we want to offer that. And so it's hard to offer that with a title like Hustle and Shine, right? We still want you to shine, but no more hustling. No more hustling. And so I'll let my co-host speak now, but I just wanted to share that with you, that we are grateful for those who have been with us, and we hope that you will come back because we have more in store. Ladies.
I remember the day we had the first conversation about starting this podcast.
Yeah.
Time flies when you're having fun. I don't. I mean, Tima says so much. Just thank you all for caring enough about what we have to say to tune in every Wednesday, and support us for 5 seasons. The show has been single shows, group shows, once a week, every other week. And you guys have just rode the roller coaster with us.
Yeah.
So I thank you. Hustle and shine, as much as it has been for those who watch, it's been for us as well. And so thank you for, forcing us to open up and to dig deep and to, change our own narratives so that we can show up and be authentic in the things that we share and we say. And um again, another bittersweet moment, but I know that I've been missing for the last month and a half or so. Um, and I felt it only right to make sure that I was here for today, and I didn't want anyone to feel like I just quit or left and like, you just don't care. But I felt it right to show up truthfully. As my old show was, truth hurts. And so sometimes that truth that hurts is not about what you say out your mouth or what someone else is saying to you. Sometimes the truth that hurts is when you look in the mirror and have to see who and where you are. And that truth is probably the most hurtful truth that you'll ever have to face. And um, that's where I was. I looked in the mirror and the truth hurt, and I could not show up here um, in a space that was not authentic. Um, my sisters that shared the screen with me did not deserve that, and the people who have supported us did not deserve the masked version of me to show up. Um, and so, as Natima kind of said, I stepped out of the hustle and I had to sit in a space of not hustle and shine, but I had to heal so that I could shine. And so I hope that if you guys don't have taken anything away from the 5 seasons that we've had here, is if you're gonna hustle for anything, hustle for your healing. It's the only way that you'll truly be able to be a shining reflection of the light that God wants to shine through you. And I thank y'all. I thank my sisters that share screen with me. You guys have forced me to dig deep and to look and to step outside what may be comfortable, to step outside what may be safe. And um, I'm gonna miss this show. But as much as I'm gonna miss this show, I'm so excited for when it comes back and what you guys will get, not just from the show and from um, the Tima and Tiffany, but what you'll be able to get from me at that time, because I'll be in a different space. Um, and I thank y'all because you guys have allowed me, you guys have put me in a position where I care enough about you and care enough about myself that I'm no longer accepting anything superficial. So I'm gonna stop because I'm gonna really start bawling here. But I thank y'all. Um, from the bottom of my heart, like I thank y'all. And so I guess my end is I encourage you, don't run from the hurtful truth. Run into it so that it can stop hurting you. Love y'all.
Wow, Belle. So my introduction into Hustle and Shine and into the podcast world was as a guest on Mel's episode of Truth Hurts. And I got just a little taste of it, and I was like, I need more of this, but I needed to wait. It wasn't my time. And I think that is one of the things that is my biggest takeaway of being a part of TGI, the Diamond Writers, and Hustle and Shine, is that waiting for your time to come is about the growth that you will experience in that wait, so that you can be prepared. Because trust and believe, once I got on here, I took that baton and I was out. From just, third host to associate producer to all coming up with the episode concepts, and then going into creating the episodes and the descriptions and all of those things. There just was like, put me in, coach. And I thank both of you for giving me the space to do so and be like, Tiff got it, like, and allowing me to take that off of your plate. I thank the community for bearing witness to the numerous Tiffany epiphanies that happened right before your eyes. Those were not skits. They weren't planned out. You witnessed over the last, I'm going to say, 3.5 years, my growth right before your very eyes, and the support from Natima and Mel here in the studio. Even though our studios are in 3 different states, right? But the community has been there, to the point where others have come to me and be like, we don't want to replicate what y'all do, but we want to execute what it is that we want to do to the level of professionalism that you guys do. Help me. How do I do this? Right. And so I've just been so honored and blessed to be here in this space, virtually with y'all. I don't know what I'm going to do with my Wednesdays, right? Because it always seems like people would want to do things with me and they'll be like, oh, I can't, I have podcasts, right? But now it's like, okay, so now I'm going to have all my Wednesday frees. Who wants to do something with me, right? So maybe I'll pick up some more dance classes. Maybe I'll do some Pilates, journal. I'll have the time to continue to feed and nourish into myself, because as Tima said, we're releasing the hustle culture, moving more into the healing. And I just want to thank Mel, Tima, and the community for allowing this little girl who was told one time that she talks too much and she just needs to be quiet and apply herself and she could do better, allow me the space to talk, to not be quiet, and then just to be me. It's been a pleasure. And please do know, as we close this chapter, we're writing the prologue to the next book.
Big facts. So, of course, before we let you go, we're going to take the next 4 minutes to drop a final gem. We have one more gem for you before we say farewell to Hustle and Shine. Um, I don't know why I'm so emotional all of a sudden. All right, who's going to go first? Who's going to drop their gem first?
I was like, I feel like I put my gem at the end of my little thing, but we got to give another one.
One little one, right?
Oh gosh. Goodness. It's like, what's the last thing we want to say to you guys? Take a minute and ask yourself if you really know yourself. Not know yourself through the eyes of other people, not know yourself through your desire to serve other people.
Wow.
But do you really know yourself? Do you know you like God knows you?
Wow.
And if any part of your answer is connected to someone else's thoughts, feelings, or emotions, the truth is, you don't really know yourself. it's time for you to get to know yourself.
Wow. That's a gem. That's definitely a gem, Mel. Thank you. Phoenix, give us your final gem.
My final gem. As we begin to embark on our new journey, the next leg of this race, right? We want you to remember and take with you all that you've learned here and apply it. Don't be a gatekeeper. And we'll see you in the next chapter.
Yes, we'll see you in the next chapter. Thank you, Phoenix. So I'm actually going to share a journal entry that I wrote 5 years ago when I started the Diamond Writers. Um, this is written back in March of 2020. And I want this to be my final gem to you, even though this was something I wrote to myself. It says, Dear Tima, you are not broken. You are simply in the process of rebuilding. Every ache, every tear, every moment of rest is a sacred part of your own construction project. The woman you are healing into is already inside of you, waiting to be revealed, waiting to emerge, and waiting to come forth. Be gentle with yourself in the process. Be gentle with the process. Trust the timing and know that you are incredibly strong and absolutely capable of claiming the peace you deserve. I don't know who that's for, but I was led to share that with you from my notes from 2020. I hope that you are encouraged to continue your healing journey. I hope that you are encouraged to continue seeking content that will empower you and edify you and point you back to God. And until we meet you again on this station, on this platform, we hope that you will continue to heal and shine. Good night.
Wait. One more time. Mel, you ready?
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.